Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on discovering incredible coins that could change your life. Today, we're going to uncover a coin that, on the surface, might look ordinary, but what lies beneath its metal could make even the most seasoned collector stop in their tracks. If you've ever held a coin in your hand and wondered about the stories it carries, stay right here. What I'm about to share isn't just about money. It's about history, mystery, and a little bit of luck. Let's travel back to South Africa in 1978, a time of intense change and rich heritage. The coin in question is the humble 2-cent piece, minted during an era when every coin told a story, not just of currency, but of a nation's identity. At first glance, it might seem like a standard piece of copper alloy, small, unassuming, easy to overlook in your pocket or change jar. But appearances can be deceiving. For collectors, coins like this are treasures waiting to be recognized. What makes this coin truly fascinating is not just its age or the fact that it's a piece of South African history. It's the story it tells about the people who used it, the economy it represented, and the craftsmanship that went into creating something meant to last a lifetime. You see, coins like this weren't mass-produced with indifference. Each detail, the engraving, the texture, the weight, was carefully considered. The 2-cent coin carried the essence of an era, and over time, those details became markers of rarity. For those of you who've spent years collecting coins, you know that true value is not always obvious. It's hidden in the nuances, slight variations in minting, small mistakes that make a coin unique, or limited production runs that make one piece stand out from thousands of others. And the 1978 South African 2 cents is one of those coins that can capture a collector's imagination because of its subtle, yet critical differences from the standard mint run. You might pass it by in a stack of change today, but in the right hands, it's a key to unlocking a very exclusive corner of the numismatic world. Collectors often talk about the thrill of the hunt, and this coin embodies that perfectly. Imagine finding a coin that at first seems ordinary, only to discover that it holds a secret, a story that elevates it far beyond its face value. That's what the 1978 2 cents offers. It's a piece that connects the past and present, showing how careful attention to history can turn something small into a treasure. And for men who've spent a lifetime appreciating the little details, whether in a workshop, at the golf course, or in their personal collections, this coin resonates on a deeper level. Now, you might be wondering, how can a 2-cent coin be worth more than its face value? That's the magic of numismatics. Coins accumulate value over time not just because of age, but because of scarcity, demand, and historical significance. With the 1978 South African 2 cents, all these factors come into play. Its survival through decades, its unique mint characteristics, and its representation of South Africa's economy during a pivotal period make it an object of desire among serious collectors. And here's the part that makes this coin truly stand out. Unlike coins that sit quietly in drawers, the 1978 2 cents has captured attention because of a rare minting variation. It's the kind of subtle detail that only an experienced eye would notice, something that transforms a common coin into a piece of high-stakes intrigue. When collectors recognize this, the value skyrockets, sometimes beyond what anyone could imagine. It's a testament to the fact that patience, knowledge, and attention to detail can turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. This coin also carries a nostalgic element that resonates deeply with its audience. For men in their late 50s and early 60s, holding a coin from 1978 is like holding a small piece of their own history. It's a reminder of a time when things were simpler, a token from the past that evokes memories of youth, work, and life before the digital age. And that emotional connection is priceless. A coin like this isn't just an investment. It's a bridge to memory, a tactile link to decades gone by. For collectors, coins like the 2 cents from 1978 are more than just copper discs. They're conversation starters, legacy pieces, and opportunities to preserve history. Owning such a coin gives you a chance to be part of a story that spans continents and generations. You can almost hear the clink of coins in South African pockets in the late 70s, feel the energy of a country at a crossroads, and understand the artistry that went into every minted piece. That's what makes numismatics so compelling. The combination of artistry, history, and potential financial reward. And speaking of financial reward, this is where the story gets really fascinating. While most 2 cents coins from that year might sell for a modest sum, the rare variations, the coins in pristine condition, the ones that survive decades without blemish, those are the ones that collectors chase tirelessly. The demand for these coins has grown steadily over the years, fueled by a market of passionate collectors who know that the right coin in the right hands can be transformational. As we wrap up, it's time to reveal the most astonishing part about this coin. For decades, collectors have sought it, appraised it, and marveled at its history. And the reality is that one rare, top-condition 1978 South African 2 cents coin has been valued at an extraordinary sum. Prepare yourself, because this is the moment that makes the entire story worth your attention. This small, unassuming coin, the same one you might have overlooked in a drawer, can actually be valued at a staggering $550,000. Yes, you heard that right. $500,000 for a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance. That's the incredible power of rarity, history, and careful preservation. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. For men who appreciate craftsmanship, legacy, and the thrill of discovery, this coin isn't just money. It's a symbol of the extraordinary hidden in plain sight. Next time you come across an old coin, whether in a jar, a drawer, or at a flea market, remember the story of the 1978 South African 2 cents. You might just be holding the next piece that turns history, nostalgia, and opportunity into something priceless. And as always, make sure you're subscribed, because there are countless hidden treasures out there just waiting to be discovered, and the next one could be sitting right under your nose. Hi everyone, before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today's story is one you absolutely don't want to miss. I want to take you back to 1975, to a small coin from South Africa that many people might glance over, thinking it's just another piece of bronze in a jar. But this isn't just any coin. This is the 2 cents coin, and its story is far more fascinating than you might expect. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 cents? Really? But trust me, this little coin has a story that spans decades, continents, and even imaginations. Imagine South Africa in the mid-1970s, a country rich in wildlife, culture, and history, where a simple 2 cents coin circulated in everyday life. On one side, you have the coat of arms, representing unity and heritage. On the other, the wildebeest, captured mid-stride, a symbol of strength, endurance, and the untamed spirit of Africa. At a first glance, it seems ordinary. And in many ways, it was. Nearly 25 million of these coins were minted in 1975, making them common in circulation at the time. People used them for small purchases, paying for a bus ride, buying candy, or receiving change at the local market. They were everywhere. But here's the twist. While millions were made, not all coins are created equal. Over time, coins can experience slight variations, imperfections, or errors during production. And for collectors, these imperfections are not flaws. They're treasures. Think about it. A coin with a slight misstrike, an off-center image, or even a subtle die crack can transform from ordinary change to an incredibly rare collector's item. Some coins that were once dismissed as everyday pocket change have, decades later, become the centerpiece of remarkable collections. Coins with such rare characteristics often sell for staggering amounts at auction. Now let's talk condition, because that's where the real magic happens. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, heavily worn, and barely recognizable, to uncirculated, where the coin looks as if it just left the mint. A coin that has sat untouched in a collection, preserved over decades, can be worth exponentially more than one that spent its life rattling in pockets or jars. Many collectors seek complete sets, looking for coins from every year or every variation. That means even a seemingly ordinary 2 cents coin from 1975 could suddenly become highly desirable if it fills a gap in a collection. Add in the possibility of minting errors, and the value can rise dramatically. Now, picture this. You have a 1975 2 cents coin, a simple bronze disc, weighing about 4 grams and just over 22 millimeters across. To most, it's an everyday coin. But hidden among the 25 million minted that year, there could be one that's unique. A coin that slipped past quality control, a true rarity that collectors would give anything to own. Imagine a coin with a perfect strike and an extraordinary minting anomaly. That single coin could transform from a humble 2 cents piece into a legendary artifact, the kind of treasure that makes headlines and shakes the numismatic world. Collectors talk about these possibilities in hushed tones. What if someone finds a mint error that has never been documented? What if one coin has a unique history, tied to an important event or person? These are the stories that fuel auctions reaching unimaginable prices. Most 2 cents coins from 1975 are worth a modest amount today, maybe a couple of dollars depending on condition. But the rarest coins, the ones with historic significance or extreme scarcity, can reach numbers that defy belief. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and story that turns an ordinary coin into something legendary. So, what makes this coin special? It's more than just metal and design. It's a connection to the past, to a moment in time when South Africa was changing, evolving, and yet holding onto the symbols of its heritage. It's the story of a wildebeest frozen in motion, a reminder of strength and endurance, captured in bronze for decades. And the true excitement comes from the unknown. Among millions of coins, there could be one, maybe just one, that surpasses all expectations. One that could be worth not hundreds, not thousands, but millions. The kind of coin that numismatists dream about finding in a dusty box or an old family collection. Imagine opening that box, dusting off the coin, and realizing that you're holding something extraordinary. It's not just money. It's history, artistry, and mystery all rolled into a single, small piece of bronze. The thrill of collecting is rooted in that exact moment. The moment when the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. A coin that once bought a loaf of bread could now tell a story worth far more than anyone imagined. That's why collectors search through attics, drawers, and forgotten jars, because every coin has the potential to surprise. Even if most coins remain modest in value, the allure of the rare find keeps people exploring. It's about the possibility, the chance that, hidden among millions of common coins, lies a piece that could change your life. That's the magic of collecting. That's why we cherish even the smallest, simplest coins. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. While most 1975 2 cents coins are ordinary, there exists the possibility, the hypothetical ultimate rarity, that could be valued at $24.2 million. Yes, that's right. $24.2 million for a coin that started as humble pocket change over 40 years ago. If you have old coins sitting in drawers or jars, take a closer look. You could be holding history, and perhaps a treasure that no one has yet realized. The journey from ordinary to extraordinary can happen when you least expect it. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Every coin has potential, and sometimes the smallest pieces of metal can hold the most incredible surprises. Picture a bustling marketplace in 1979 Johannesburg, Port Elizabeth, or Durban. A shopper picks up a small item, perhaps a loaf of bread or a handful of seeds, and exchanges a handful of coins. Among them might slip this quiet bronze 2 cents piece. Unassuming, but real. The coin bears witness to daily life, to commerce and barter, to change handed over by housewives, merchants, street vendors. It circulated where voices and lives converged. Examine closely and you see the obverse. Two Cape sparrows perched in calm symmetry. That image might seem simple, but it is laden with meaning. The sparrow is a ground-dwelling bird, common and unassuming, yet it thrives. It is a symbol of everyday resilience, of lives lived in streets and fields. The design draws you in. Each feather's detail, each curve of the wings, the slight tilt of the heads, a visual whisper about balance, nature, and subtle beauty in the mundane. Flip it over, and the reverse carries the nation's name in both English and Afrikaans. Republic of South Africa / Republiek van Suid-Afrika. Those bilingual inscriptions hint at the dual identity of a people, a society navigating multiple languages, multiple histories, multiple tensions. Around the rim you see the year 1979, anchoring it in time, but also the denomination 2 cents. In those letters and numerals lies a narrative, a currency system, the reach of government, the intentions of a minting authority. In understanding this coin, we must appreciate the context. South Africa in 1979 lived in a complex era, one of deep social fracture and powerful dynamics. The coin was minted under a regime wrestling with identity, justice, and inequality. Every piece of currency is political. Every coin is a token of authority and trust. People accepted this little bronze disc because the state told them it had value, and daily life trusted that system. For many, it was simply serviceable change. For others, a reminder of the structures under which they lived. Yet time does something to coins. It erodes grooves, softens edges, darkens the surface, hides inscriptions. The patina grows, sometimes unevenly, light smudges of coppery brown, deeper tones in crevices. A well-preserved coin from 1979 is rare. If one remains with crisp detail, sharp rim, clear letters, strong relief, that is a signal of exceptional care or fortunate preservation, perhaps kept in a collection long ago, shielded from wear and handling. Collectors prize such examples. They value the intersection of condition and scarcity. A 1979 South African bronze 2 cents coin in everyday condition might fetch modest sums among those fascinated by African numismatics. But when one is preserved beautifully, perhaps in uncirculated or mint state, it commands far greater admiration. The fine lines on the birds, the edges' integrity, the clarity of the dual inscriptions, those tell a refined tale, one that speaks to reverence, stewardship, history held firm against wear. Think of a collector tracing the path of that coin. It might have rested for decades in an album, unseen, seldom touched, or passed through cautious hands that recognized its value early. Over time, the narrative of scarcity widens. Fewer excellent specimens survive, more stories are lost, and demand strengthens. The coin becomes a bridge between eras, from a time when 2 cents could buy a small token to now, when that same object carries meaning far beyond literal monetary value. The coin invites you to reflect on scales of worth. In 1979, 2 cents meant something. It fit into a system of values where change mattered. As economies evolved, inflation, new currency systems, changes in minting policy all diminished the everyday relevance of small bronze coins. Yet the coin survives as artifact, not currency. Its value has shifted from transaction to remembrance. It becomes a relic, a witness to transitions, to shifting economies and changing societies. Consider, too, the tactile dimension. Holding the coin, feeling its weight, edges, temperature differences against your skin. It connects you to those past hands and places. You imagine the palms of someone in 1979, perhaps paying for fruit, or kids saving small coins. That physical connection across time makes even a small coin seem epic. In telling its story to your viewers, you guide them through a layered journey. You begin with its humble face, bronze, small, 2 cents. Then invite them to see the sparrows, the inscriptions, the year. Next, grounded in political and cultural soil. Explain the language, the regime, the tensions. Then move into collecting lore, condition, rarity. Finally, Link it to human experience, commerce, touch, memory. Each layer adds depth, weaving a compelling narrative to as you narrate. You can pause on details, describe a glint of light off the coin's surface, the way the raised letters catch shadows, the fine rings on the bird's wings. Use sensory language, sight, sound, touch. Encourage viewers to imagine the coin in their hand. Invite them to reflect on how objects survive time. You can contrast the thousands of common coins that faded, were spent, melted down, lost, versus this rare gem that endured. You might introduce moments of tension. How many specimens remain? How many were lost to circulation, erosion, corporate meltdowns in the mint environment? What is known to exist today in museums or private collections? You could evoke the thrill of discovery when a collector or numismatist stumbles upon a pristine specimen in a stack of old coins. That moment of realization, of rarity revealed, is a human thrill. Your viewers will sense that this coin is more than metal. It is a lens into an era, into design, policy, trade, identity, memory. It lets them hold a fragment of 1979, a relic that traveled through decades of change. It brings abstraction into touchable form.